This is Live with Neve. Iconic musicians, comedy, and God knows what else. Hold on!
Oh my gosh, what happened? Wow, it's us.
There we
How
are.
you doing, Sam?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. You know, it's the end of the day, and we were going to just do a quick say hello to everybody. And what's
Happy
happening Friday, people? Live with Neve. It is 4:22. We're just going to give you a quick goodbye, have Sam sing a nice song or two, and hell, hope you're having a good one. If you join us, please, I don't know, send us requests or, tell us, ask us your deepest fears or let us ask you. Here you go, Sam. Let's tear it up, baby.
Get some ditty going. So I'm
Alrighty.
gonna sing called "Bible in a 44." The song's a pretty cool little song.
I love this song very much.
Yeah, the southern draw like a red-bone hound, and every song he sang was my favorite sound. He'd be the last one off, the ship went down. The kind of man that feels good to be around. He had hair as white as a cotton field, and he could spin you a story like a wagon wheel. He never went nowhere without his rod and reel. Oh, Lord, I miss that man, and I always will. Yeah, I miss that man, and I always will. He'd see through a light like that old screen door. He taught me how to hunt, how to love the Lord. He can't read a Bible and a 44. Hell, they just don't make them like that no more. No, they don't, I swear. Seems ever present these days. You know, my papa was amazing. He said, take what you got, do the best you can. The best thing you'll ever own is a piece of land. He only knew his like the back of his hand. Yeah, he was something else, my old man. Yeah, he was something else, my old man. He'd see through a light like that old screen door. He taught me how to hunt, how to love the Lord. He can't read a Bible and a 44. Yeah, they just don't make them like that no more. I saw him strum this thing every chance he could. He only left it to me like he said he would. If you ask me why it sounds so good, y'all, I'm holding more than strings and wood. Oh, I'm holding more than strings and wood. He'd see through a light like that old screen door. He taught me how to hunt and how to love the Lord. He can't read a Bible and a 44. Y'all, they just don't make them like that no more. Happy Friday. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. Hi, Brian. Thank you for hanging out. Good afternoon. Neil and me are headed off to our weekend. Thank you for being with us this week on Live with Neve. Holy crap, Neil, what an amazing morning we had, right? Like, that was wicked. I can't hear you, Bubba. Where are you? Let me out. You're stuck in our pocket.
Ah,
There he is.
there we is. What's happening?
Man, what
Yes,
an amazing morning.
it was. It was so much fun, and we had some great guests on. For everybody out there, we had Doug DeYoung from Brisbane, Australia.
Amazing. Oh
His
my
record's
God.
been produced by Joe
Oh,
Satriani, and he is the shit. I mean, this is the coolest guitar player. One of the coolest. I have so many great guitarists in my life. I don't want them to, think I'm cheating out on them, stepping out.
yeah.
They'll be like, I thought I was the hottest guitar player in your posse, man. Well, a little competition coming into town from Australia. What can I
Man,
tell you, man?
I'm telling you, what a beast. Doug
Man,
is
Jesus.
unbelievable.
Did you see that trick he was doing where he did ascending and descending scale at the same time on the same?
I've never seen that.
No,
Did
because he
not
took
know
his
that
one
was a
hand
thing.
off, then took the other off and moved. Then it was like this incredible flow to it, the rhythm of it. I was watching it going, what in the
Wow.
hell is he doing? And I'm glad he stopped to show the people who are guitar players, because me being a drummer, I was just sitting there going, Lord have mercy, I'm not playing that. Fuck. That's why I hire
Yeah, it
people
was
like him,
nuts.
He
Dude,
was
like, it was just
exceptional.
nuts.
Yeah, so what are you doing this weekend? Are you like hanging out, or what are you doing?
So I am getting a bunch of schoolwork done. I'm working on some music. I'm gonna head over to Papa Turney's tomorrow about 5
Nice.
o'clock. Go hang out with Mike Hatchett.
Oh man, I'll be there spiritually with you guys,
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And then I'm gonna catch the UFC fights tomorrow night. There's some big
All right.
fights happening about 10 o'clock, and then I'm gonna cruise my way into the Super Bowl.
You know what? I find it interesting. On our show today, we haven't even talked one thing about the Super Bowl till just now in the whole freaking week. But
Yep.
I'm I'm going to go for LA this year just because I don't have a dog in the hunt. And Tampa Bay's been my team forever when they were really bad. Now that they're good, and of course the New York teams, I'm just lukewarm with them. They both suck at the moment, and it's like
Yeah,
so
they
hard.
do.
I had enough of that with the Bucks for 20 years, so and I really don't. I don't like if I'm gigging in the normal world where we're not around on weekends and shit. I wouldn't be bothering football, man. And by the time I get home on a Sunday, if I had to gig all week, you'd be all toasted out. It's like I don't even know if I'm going to make the game. Just get me a book, sleep on the couch for a while, chill
Yeah.
out.
Sports is like one of my other like obsessions besides music, so I always try to make time if I can for some
That's
football
cool.
season, a little bit of basketball season. But the
Oh yeah,
Bengals, man, they've never won a Super Bowl ever.
right. So
So
I don't know. I've
my
got
team got
family.
beat out. So Titans
Yeah,
lost. Tennessee Titans. You
go
broke my
Titans.
heart. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. What I do is when there's like a team that I don't know anything about, which is most of them, if I have a friend who's there and it's their turn kind of thing, I always root them on. Like once my team is out of the picture, I'm just like, well, I like all my friends in LA to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my friends in
Yeah.
Cincinnati, I have
Cincinnati.
family out there who, they're like, oh my God, this guy from New York, he's trouble. My girlfriend's family's from out there, and so they're literally a mile and a half or so from the stadium. They have quite a stadium there. And,
That's cool. Yeah, I
you
grew
know,
up about 2.5 hours south of the stadium.
okay,
Kentucky, Cincinnati. It's basically the same.
right,
It's
right.
basically Kentucky, Cincinnati.
hmm
I mean,
Yeah,
we
I
consider
was
it.
there at Derby Day once in Kentucky, and I can tell you that I was there for a wedding the day before, and I didn't think about the Derby, trying to get in and out of there. I was so lucky. The Monday after the Derby, I got out of
The
there like the
best
first
time.
plane out because it was just going to be a day of gridlock, and it's hard to drive around in that town,
Oh
especially
yeah,
if you,
especially over there, by the airport too. If you were in
Mhm.
Keeneland, I'm not sure if you went to Louisville or if you came to Lexington to go to Keeneland. Keeneland
No,
is
I
directly by
I
the
went to,
airport.
yeah, I went to the one right by, yeah, the first one you said.
Yeah, so that one is packed. That's the one thing
Yes.
that I really miss about Kentucky, man. Nashville's great, but we don't have any horse racing.
No shit at all down there, huh?
I've not really seen any. Like, I don't think it's like their thing. I think they do. I've seen quite a few horse shows,
Right.
but I don't want to see a horse show. No offense to anyone that's
No, I know.
your
It's like
thing,
I don't want
barrel
to watch
racing,
that either.
whatever.
I
But
want to get
I
on one and
prefer
ride it.
derby style racing.
I love horse racing.
Nothing
I mean,
like
I
a
don't.
nice mint julep, a nice hat.
There you go. Get a hat. You ladies look so fine.
Love it.
Wind through the ball gowns and the hot chicks and the hot, beautiful animals. Some of them carry around like a Isbezian hound or something. Some
And the
beautiful chick.
tents. I don't know if anybody that is watching has seen the derby tents that these horses live in, so let me explain to you how this works. So these horses come in on their own semi-truck, basically, and these horses live in a more lavish home than you and I live in, and probably anyone watching this show. Yeah. So when they unload the horses for the derby, they have their pop-up farmhouse. It's a pop-up stable that they bring with the horse. Mm-hmm. So, like the Barnum and Bailey style circus tent?
Right.
They have, imagine if the Queen of England had one of those.
Right.
Or they pop this big sucker up. Mm-hmm. They put down a literal carpet, because the horses, they can't apparently walk on grass.
They're not walking on grass.
On carpet.
$400,000 horse, man.
Bro, they lay out a carpet, and then they set the horse's stable up, and it's heavily guarded, and it is very lavish, and sometimes if you get lucky, they will set up a display of it at the Kentucky State Fair. But the Derby horses, thoroughbreds, man, they live better than we ever will.
Absolutely. I mean... in Italy, we have a different use for horses. That's a tool of persuasion. For example, if somebody blocked you from being booked in a city that I feel familial ties with, we'd have to make sure if they gave us any trouble, they have a horse head delivered to their bed at 3 a.m. We got to make sure you're booked well. There's things you got to know about the sleazy, murky underworld of the rock and roll industry. It's like Godfather shit, man. I'm telling you.
Mafia mob types.
Yeah, man.
It's all you Yankees.
Yeah, they're all over though. You guys got your white trash mafia down there, man. There's some scary stuff.
Actually, so the formal name, and you all can Google this if you don't believe me. It's the Cornbread Mafia was the crime organization from my area. Yeah, it's a real thing.
Oh yeah, the real kind of thing, not this. I don't know, like the shows on television. Oh my God, Junior got into drugs. He's like, oh no, don't just say no. Oh my God, these kids know more about that shit than even we did. I mean, the boomer generation, we didn't have computers and all this shit. We figured out the old way, go out behind the bar and find, some chick, from the cheerleading squad.
I've heard the stories. My dad's a baby boomer, so.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun in those days. But, we don't remember some of them. If you weren't there, if you remember any of it, you really weren't living it right. I mean,
so I heard.
Fun and decadence and farm animals. Now getting down by you. I was
born in the wrong decade, though. The 80s would have been cool.
Yeah.
70s would have been cool, though. I would have been good with either of those.
Yeah, the 80s
were on the dot of 1990. So
the 80s were killer for me because I just got out of high school and I was completely out of my mind with drum fever, and so I would beat on shit dashboard on the way to gigs. People like, quit breaking my dashboard, goddammit. I didn't mean to. I dented one of my friend's dashboards. He was like, what the fuck? Get away from me. He's snatching my sticks and shit.
Around what year was that?
That was like 1979. I had just gotten out of school, and I was in a band with all these cats who are older than me.
So 11 years later,
you popped
the world was gifted with a Sam.
There you go. Is it Samantha? Fully
Yep.
your real? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep, my government name's Samantha, and my middle name is even girlier. It's Brittany with an A.
Oh, so Brittany, baby.
It's Brittany, bitch.
Hey,
but
Brittany.
With an A, not anyway.
You want to go to Vegas?
It's a Brittany.
Brittany, would you like to come to Vegas?
Samantha Brittany.
Oh, yes. We've got Samantha in the house.
Why is Gothon?
Hey, can you fucking curtsy for me? How about a curtsy?
I could curtsy. I have a nice
I'm going to do that when I meet the queen. I'm going to curtsy for her.
Man, I'm from the deep part of the Appalachian Mountains. I had to take an etiquette class when I was like 8 to 10 years old.
Oh, let me get my book and walkies.
Can you balance it? Can you walk and balance? Because I can walk and
yeah.
balance. I can walk and balance like 3 books at one time.
I can balance a Nigerian on my head with 2 feet. He can stand on my head.
That's easy. There's more weight. The books will slide more.
No, okay. Well, I'll try to. Maybe I'll try a little person and see if that makes it more fair.
I can even seat myself and cross my legs without losing the books.
Wow. Can you curtsy while doing it? We're gonna make it hard.
So, man.
We're gonna have like the etiquette Olympics.
The etiquette Olympics. Hey, look, I'm pretty fast at setting a table too.
No shit. You know where
Oh,
all the
hell
forks
yeah.
go and all that?
Hell
Man,
yeah.
you're a keeper, girl.
I know the napkin fold,
Yeah,
everything.
man. I actually know a great napkin fold. See, I don't have a napkin, but I'll give you the general idea of it. I used to, amongst all my other careers that were so great, tearing off the page of the script.
You work in hospitality too, Neil?
Oh yeah, I worked as a busboy, which is like really sucks. It's the most horribly it's just. I used it for other reasons. It allowed me to have an experimental. Let's say I had an amateur pharmacological service, and because the Texas Rangers were alleged to have played at the Holiday Inn I worked at, and they had rock bands 6 days a week, and they were all from all over the country. All right, see how I'm folding this little lovely origami. I feel like what's her name? She hangs out with Snoop Dogg.
Oh, Martha Stewart.
Yeah, baby. I would have married Martha, man. She got out of jail. I was like, I'm after Martha, man. Stuffing Martha's muffin, you know? She could make me a fucking pumpkin pie. I can't do it with the paper, but it's a fan napkin.
Oh, I've seen that. And then they have the ring around it at
the bottom. Yeah. Pulled tight, and then you got this little fan thing. It's like, who knows? I could get a thing on, what is it? Queer Eye for the... No, it's Straight Guy for the Queer Eye.
Yep.
That's where we like a bunch of rednecks. We go in and have you ever seen Tater Salad?
You could also reverse the TV show.
Yeah, we just we go in and they've got like a Royal Dalton statue. It's no straight guy knows what a Royal Dalton. I'd only know because I had crazy grand people who had them. I'd be like when they were around going, this thing is $300. I'd be in a punk rock spirit. I just want to throw it at the wall, It's like they did a bit where they went in and this poor guy is standing there and they just start dumping shit off the mantle into a bag, these redneck good old boys. And the poor guy is sitting there. He's like, you can't get rid of that. It's like, no. And then they all sit down with him. Like they're sitting at the table. They throw out his furniture and they bring in 4 cinder blocks, a couple of fucking 2x4s, and they build a table in the living room out of it. And the poor guy's having
through the holes, yeah.
Oh man, they're just like they're going in there. They go in his refrigerator, then right? They just take everything out and throw it in the garbage, and they fill it up with beer. And it's like it's funny, man. My gay brother would have laughed his ass off because I mean, shit he would say about his own folks. He was gay.
Dude, I've seen the show. The one you're talking about. It's fucking hilarious.
It really is. I think it was like not Saturday Night Live, but it was one of the shows that do bits.
They do the bits, yeah. And what's his name that I really like is in it? Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson, huh?
The comedian Pete Davidson. He acts in it. Young Pete Davidson, though, like he's young in those bits.
Huh. That was good stuff.
17? Yeah.
Well, that just made me think. I've got a friend here who owns one of the best comedy clubs in the nation, by far, Vinny Brand, wherever you're at tonight. I know where he's at. He's at the club, and they've probably got some A-list, comedian coming in. But we're going to have him on again. He's always a fun guest. And I had him on, I think it was before we knew each other. But, when you have a professional comic, part of the fun is you can never tell if they're really joking with you or just really what they really think about you, Yeah. Like he told one of my bosses, he bought a bunch of stuff from me. And he basically, my boss just wanted to come down for the signing of this, the whole signing, get the check. But when he comes in, Vinny starts going, I love Neil. He's the best. He's just unbelievable. What a human being, Like I'm up there with Gandhi and, Einstein. So he looks at my boss. He goes, but having said that, he's functionally unemployable. He's completely out of his mind. And you just don't know what might happen when he's around. And I'm like looking at him, I'm going, geez, man, thanks, Vinny. And then he's, it was all just fucking with me, but it was funny as hell. For a minute there, I was like, hey, man, kick him under the table. Come on, he's talking about me.
Good humor goes a long way with me. I love that shit.
I do too. And we're hoping to get some comics on. His daughter's a comic, and she's young. She's like 20 or something. So I'll leave you to kind of guide her into the club here so that she doesn't, get disturbed. I don't want Vinny to show up at my door with a couple of goons. Yeah, any guy named Vinny, you never know,
Yeah, Vinny, Vinnies that are above the Mason-Dixon lines, that's scary.
Just remember, an armed society is a polite society. That's how I roll, man, When everybody's packing, nobody's slacking. We're all looking.
There's
we
no
say,
such thing as class consciousness. Now get back to work.
right? Or just saying, get out of my car and go. Run real fast. You know, it happens. Depending where you live, you know. I have to joke about it, but gosh, I know where I live, the biggest problem the cops might have is tourists in the summer just doing horrible things.
Same
dumb
tourists.
things.
We both
You know.
live in tourist-prone areas, so I feel you on that.
Our
man.
cops
Nashville's
are pretty
about to come
cool.
alive again. Ours
Yeah.
are too.
I mean, you know, here, like they bring dogs home, you know, and occasionally they have some drunk tweaker or some shit like that, or you know,
Yeah.
but it's all like, or I hate to say it, they have like the junkies who just kick off and they're like running around doing Narcan 23 times a week. It's horrible. I don't mean to laugh at it, but goddamn, even if you're a junkie, come on, man.
Choked me on
When
my
you've been
vape.
put on Narcan, fucking
As
revived
a
from the
recovering
dead
addict,
5
that
times.
one got me. That was funny.
I'm sorry, you know, it's just like.
No, it bothers me because yes, like the thing that kills me with Narcan, dude, like it's like yes, this is potentially a life-saving tool, but it's not a crutch. Stop
It ain't like
using it as
having
a
your getting with your
crutch.
dealer when he hands
Yeah,
you bags
it's like, bro, if you know
you're gonna die.
that you
Jesus
don't know
fuck.
it, just
I mean, are these people on the human scale at all with an IQ over room temperature? For Christ's sakes, you know, I'm like, I watch it, you know, I feel bad, but every once in a while on YouTube, there's just a plethora of fucked up shit that
even
people do.
dude, we've all done it. You're a recovering addict as well.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
Like,
And
even
I
if
behave,
you know
man.
you need Narcan, and I'm glad that the product does exist. It does save
Yes.
lives. So don't get me twisted. But even if you need Narcan, I feel like there should be a mandate from the health department that you need to go take a meeting. Whether
Oh, yeah.
they can't tell you to get sober or not, but
No.
even if you're sitting there intoxicated, you're in the room with people and you're listening to the fact that there is hope, even if you don't want it right
Right.
now, you know? So if we're going to give Narcan out and spend all this money on it and be like, yo, make sure your homies have some cans of Narcan around next time you get high, at least let's send them to a meeting, do something to try
Gotta
to
do
help them.
something to try and help them because,
It's
you know,
just
some
part
of
of
these,
Big Pharma.
man, I'm telling you, God.
Big Pharma, man.
And they are the most corrupt bunch, and New Jersey's like the homeland of all of them. You know, that whole thing with what is this, the big drug that was the rage? Everybody was dying from it.
Methadone?
No, not methadone. The drug of choice for people, heroin type stuff.
Heroin. The Roxys?
Yes, that's what these guys are doing. Roxy's and all these like weird pain drugs, which I avoid.
They're Percocet 30s is what those
Okay.
are.
Yeah. You know, because of recovery,
That's
when I had
deadly
my arm
epidemic in
broken,
Kentucky.
I would only eat those suckers at night when I was sleeping, and they didn't do shit. I didn't get any buzz. I was in
Yeah.
excruciating pain, couldn't move, could barely breathe. It was like,
You had just like had major surgery too, but you
Yeah.
know they're giving that out left and right.
I know
in
it's like a
Kentucky.
candy. And then they take it
People that
away, and
don't
these
need
people are
it.
hooked, and they end
Yeah.
up going to street drugs, and fentanyl's killing a shitload of
And for
people.
anyone out there that is unsure of what we're talking about or why we're talking about it, I can assure you both of us are very well educated on the topic. We're both recovering addicts, but if you are curious, look up the opioid crisis, and when you look at the map, it's actually considered an epidemic now. You'll see 3 circles, one around southeastern Kentucky, bridging into the very tip of East Tennessee, and the second one is going to be just over the tip of the Carolinas, and the third one is conveniently circling Neal in New York.
Yeah.
So there are 3 hot spots.
Yes, and then I know that there's also Los Angeles, which is just anything
That's
goes
a monster
place.
of its own, man.
I mean, it's yeah, they do have the methadone and shit out there, but
Yeah.
I've never done anything like, just not been my drug. I got hooked on pain pills once from a car accident, and it was very unpleasant, as you know. We talked about it.
Yeah.
And if anybody's out there thinking about trying to detox, whether it's alcohol or benzos or any kind of drug like that, please don't do it on your own. You can die,
No.
and you really can die. It's not even a joke. And so I know I've done it once, and my doctor flipped out, and I've never screwed around anymore.
That
so.
goes with alcohol as well. If you are a heavy drinker, considering
die.
taking a leap of faith for sobriety, that's beautiful, but do it with help. Go
Yes.
get help. Ask for help. There's nothing wrong with needing help, people.
Yep.
We all need a little help sometimes.
Hell, man, I still need help. It's like,
Yeah.
some mornings. And then, we have technical failures, which seem to be on a downward trend. I'm having a good month, man. I'm telling you, we've been having fun.
It's been a good week.
So it's 10 till 7. No, 10. I'm sorry, it's 4:47.
Yep.
I think we're kind of done. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't see anybody's got any big questions, but hell, I hope you have a kicking weekend.
I hope you do too, man. I'm gonna kick off to some homework, get some stuff done, and get on to my weekend plans.
Well, I'm gonna just hang at the house and write some music, and it's 5:00, people. I'm out of here.
It's 5:00 somewhere. Let's go.
Somewhere. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See y'all.
All right. Now, as I pull up our brand chat here, let's see what we've got for you now. Is it that?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve. This is Live with Neve. Iconic musicians, comedy, and God knows what else. Hold on!